Alright, hello everybody. It is I, Granorite. Here we are back with another episode of Let's Play Pokemon Emerald with our Gen 3 type challenge of Electric type, our second Electric type team out of 3. As you can see, this team's going to be Raichu, Electrode, Ampharos, and Electabuzz. I'm not sure how this team's going to do. Pretty powerful, except that we don't have a good way to deal with ground types. I was hoping we were going to get one of the two legendary Pokemon we had sitting aside on this team, and we didn't. So yeah, we're gonna read some Pokemon biologies and get going. Pichu, we have here, has Static for an ability. Currently knows Thunder Shock and Charm. Pichu is a small ground-dwelling rodent Pokemon with pale yellow fur. Its ear tips, collar, and tail are black and angular. Pichu's cheek pouches can store small amounts of electricity, and its tiny nose looks like a dot. Pichu is classified as a quadruped, but it can walk easily on its hind legs. Pichu is a social Pokemon known for its playful and mischievous demeanor. It is usually found in groups and often touch tails with other Pichu as a show of courage, creating a shower of sparks that can make them cry. It is inept at storing electricity and may discharge if amused, startled, or subjected to shock. However, it cannot discharge without being shocked itself. Charging up is more easily done on days of dryness or with thunderclouds. The crackling of static electricity generated by Pichu is audible. It can zap an adult human, but will surprise itself if it does. Pichu primarily lives in the forest, though it has been depicted to thrive in urban areas. As mentioned in Pokemon Sleep, Pichu is known to discharge uncontrollable electricity while sleeping. This is due to Pichu being unable to store electricity properly. The crackle sound of static electricity can be heard while Pichu sleeps. And our Gen 3 Pokedex information for Pichu. Ruby says Pichu charges itself with electricity more easily on days with thunderclouds or when the air is very dry. You can hear the crackling of static electricity coming off this Pokemon. Sapphire says when Pichu plays with others, it may short out electricity with another Pichu, creating a shower of sparks. In that event, this Pokemon will begin crying, startled by the flash of sparks. Emerald says it is still inept at retaining electricity. When it is startled, it discharges power accidentally. It gets better at holding power as it grows older. And Fire Red says, despite its small size, it can zap even adult humans. However, if it does so, it also surprises itself. And Leaf Green says it is not yet skilled at storing electricity, and it may send out a jolt if amused or startled. Next, we have Voltorb. Also has static for its ability. Knows Tackle and Charge right now. Voltorb, just a second. Voltorb is a medium fast leveling rate Pokemon. Pichu was also medium fast, I do believe. If not, it was medium slow. I'm pretty sure it's medium fast. Voltorb is a spherical Pokemon that resembles a buttonless Pokeball with eyes. The top half is red, while the bottom half is white. Because of its resemblance to Pokeballs, it is thought that it was created when one was exposed to an energy pulse. This is supported by the fact that its components do not occur naturally. Voltorb is generally found in power plants and other areas with electric fields where it feeds. It was first discovered in a plant where modern Pokeballs were invented. It has a volatile temperament and will explode if agitated or bumped by the slightest contact. Due to being constantly mistaken as a Pokeball, Voltorb has repeatedly zapped many humans as a result. We're going to get a lot of evolutions at level 30 on this team. 3 of them, actually. And then our Gen 3 Pokedex information for Voltorb. Ruby says Voltorb was first sighted at a company that manufactures Pokeballs. The link between that sighting and the fact that this Pokemon looks very similar to a Pokeball remains a mystery. Sapphire says Voltorb is extremely sensitive. It explodes at the sight of shocks. It is rumored that it was first created when a Pokeball was exposed to a powerful pulse of energy. Emerald says it bears an uncanny and unexplained resemblance to a Pokeball because it explodes at the slightest shock. Even veteran trainers treat it with caution. Fire Red says a life form whose identity is unknown. It is said to screech or suddenly self-destruct. Leaf Green says usually found in power plants, easily mistaken for a Pokeball. It has zapped many people. And then next we have Mareep, also has static for its ability. See a theme here with the Pokemon ability. Mareep is a medium slow leveling rate Pokemon. Mareep is an ovine Pokemon with a fluffy cream colored wool covering its entire body, as well as a curly tuft of wool in the middle of its head. Its head is blue and it has black eyes. Its 4 feet are blue and have 2 digits on each foot, and it appears to be on tiptoe at all times. Its conical ears and tail have a yellow and black stripe pattern. Mareep has an orange sphere at the end of its tail, which acts like a small light bulb. The sphere glows brighter the more electricity and heat it has. Mareep's wool grows continuously and stores electricity, rubbing together and building a static charge. Its volume increases when it builds up electricity. Touching the wool when it is charged will result in a static shock. During the summer, the fleece is shed, but it grows back in a week. Air is also stored in the fur, which allows it to stay cool during the summer and warm during the winter. It tends to avoid battles in the wild and has a mild disposition. Mareep is most often found in grassy fields, though it can be found in farms where its wool is used to make high-quality clothing. Clothing made from Mareep's wool builds up static electricity easy, and as such, a special process has to be used on it. As mentioned in Pokemon Sleep, Marine is known to roll over in its sleep. And our Gen 3 Pokedex information for Mareep. Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald all say Mareep's fluffy coat of wool rubs together and builds a static charge. The more static electricity is charged, the more brightly the light bulb on the tip of its tail glows. Fire Red says its fleece grows continually. In the summer, the fleece is fully shed, but it grows back in a week. And Leaf Green says if static electricity builds in its body, its fleece doubles in volume. Touching it will shock you. And last but not least, we have Elekid, which has static for its ability. Well, I'm hoping to get a lot of paralysis out of this team, and I think that's going to save us in a lot of instances. Medium fast leveling rate Pokemon. Elekid is a yellow round-bodied Pokemon with black stripes. Elekid's arms are bulky in proportion to its body, and it has 3 claws instead of fingers. It has 2 stripes on its arms, which wrap all the way around. There are 2 horns on top of its head, which resemble the prongs of a power plug, complete with holes in their sides. These horns glow bluish-white when Elekid is fully charged, and Elekid has a black lightning bolt markings on its chest. 2 rows of stripes are near the marking, with the pattern continuing around its lower back. Its legs are black and its feet are rounded and toeless. Elekid tends to become restless and full-on rowdy when it hears the sound of thunderstorms coming, and it likes to play outside in the middle of thunderstorms. It can generate electricity by rotating its arms, but it tires easily and can only charge a small amount. Elekid cannot store the electricity it generates, so it prefers to break into houses of humans in order to consume electricity from their electrical outlets. It lives in the grasslands. And our Gen 3 Pokedex information for Elekid. Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald all say Elekid stores electricity in its body. If it touches metal, it accidentally discharges all its built-up electricity. This Pokemon begins swinging its arms in circles to recharge itself. Fire Red says even in the most vicious storm, this Pokemon plays happily if thunder rumbles in the sky. And Leaf Green says it rotates its arms to generate electricity, but it tires easily, so it only charges up a tiny bit. Alright. So let's start with Elekid and Voltorb up front. We are looking for Ralts, ideally, for them. We want special attack and speed on Elekid, and we want special attack and special defense on Voltorb. So our good news when we fight Roxanne is that she doesn't have any ground attacks. Yes, she will have rock and the ground typing. And hopefully we'll just have a way that we can chip past that. Excellent. And make sure we get special attack on both of them. We got paralyzed because Ralts traced our static ability. And already, we've been paralyzed more than the opposing Pokemon. Barely. Because of that berry, that was a lot tougher of a fight than it should have been. Alright, we're gonna keep searching for what we want here. Zigzagoons and Ralts. Still looking. Alright, we're gonna swap just in case we run into some Ralts and I can get the experience on both of them. I know Voltorb and Electrode are really fast, but the reason that we're not getting speed stat on them is because they just are naturally very fast. I don't really think I need it. Good deal. Swap it back up. Wow, let's get another Ralts. Only a 4% chance to run into Ralts. So 1 out of every 25 Pokemon ideally should be one. Hey, there's one. What do you know? Alright, let's do Pichu next, who wants attacking speed, so we want those Poochyenas and Zigzagoons. That's right, Raichu is going to be our physical attacker on this team. Pichu on tail whip. Very nice. Still just getting the team up to level 7 before we go face those trainers. Pichu is not defensive, like, at all. It can't take a hit to save its life. Pichu baby. Defense. I'm seeing a lot of Ralts now. Okay. And last but not least, we have Mareep, who wants HP and defense. The only stats we haven't allocated yet. Where's all those Wurmples now? Come on. Couldn't stop running into him before, and now we can't find one. Come on, one more Wurmple should do it. Alright. Good deal. Let's start making our way up to Rustboro. So we will do our first 2 episodes today. We'll have a bit of a gap in between, as I'll do my training up to level 15 probably off screen. But we will see probably 2 evolutions in the second episode. We'll definitely get Mareep into Flaffy. That happens at level 15. And then I expect Pichu to hit Pikachu pretty quickly. Because that all is based on happiness. And we already have 105 happiness, and we need, like, what, 220 in order for it to evolve? So it'll just be a matter of time. And then after we get those initial evolutions, we will have 3 evolutions at level 30. Voltorb into Electrode, Elekid into Electabuzz, and Flaffy into Ampharos. And then our final evolution will be Pikachu and Raichu, and that'll happen as soon as we get down to the power plant. Which means we'll have our fully evolved team before we get to Winona. Which will be nice. But it'll be around then that we start to run into issues with this team. And the biggest issues that we're going to have with this team is just dealing with ground types. We fight a lot of Nummels and Camelrups and Claydolls. And then there's a lot of just other Pokemon that know Earthquake. And so we have to take those into it. Oh, and then we also have those Whiscaches. That we have 2 Whiscaches that we fight. Gross. And a Flygon. So that's going to be the biggest issues with this team. So we'll see how that goes. Good job, Mareep. I think we'll be able to get all of our Pokemon in for quite a few of these fights. I think Voltorb is going to see the least amount of screen time this initial episode. Growly boy. But that does mean that with this being our electric team, and I showed this yesterday when we rolled it, means our final electric team is going to be Jolteon, Magneton, Zapdos, and Raikou. Raikou. And that's going to be a powerhouse electric team with 2 legendaries on it. I don't foresee us having a lot of issues with that team. Be nice if we got a static. We have 4 statics on this team. Every Pokemon has static for its ability. Shock somebody. Yeah, so we're going to get Effect Spore before we static. We did it on the same turn, so I guess that's good. Our Mareep is going to faint before we get to the Pokemon Center, I think. Alright, we let Wally catch the Ralts. There's a static. Very nice. Growl, or it's biting, so we'll growl a couple times. This is just us tackling into the C dot until it goes down. Alright, we got it now. Thunder Shock, excellent. Let's swap Pichu up. And there is a art scale somewhere like right here, isn't there? Just in case we need it for something. Alright. Yeah, well, let's give Pichu a berry before we go into this fight. Which reminds me. Toss those things we're not supposed to have yet. Probably should charm it a few times so we don't take a bajillion damage from its tackles. It hasn't even hit us once. And I guess it's not going to. Good deal. Thunder Wave's a good move. Very nice. We really just don't want Pichu to get knocked out as our biggest thing, because every time it gets knocked out, our friendship goes down, and we don't want to lose the friendship, so we get Pikachu as fast as possible. That being said, we would like it to evolve by level 11 so we can get quick attack. So we might just run around a little bit on screen to get that friendship up. We can do that with our super speed, so that's nice. Alright, good job, Pichu. Alright, let's get Voltorb in on this next fight. Good paralysis. Mareep next. Can't Thunder Shock the Ninkadas, because they are ground type. Alright, let's grab this, and then we're going to go down and heal before we do these trainers on the top route. Alright, we'll grab Bullet Seed, even though nobody can learn it. Oh, I should have gave Elekid a berry. Looks like it'll be okay. Thundershock actually wouldn't be bad to use against Lotad because it takes neutral damage from it. Oh, and the other thing too is our rival has a Marsh Tomb. Oh, gross. That's just going to be another hurdle we have to get past. Thundershock actually does more damage than Tackle, even with the not very effective. Alright, we get Mareep and Voltorb going into the double battle here. Charge all those electric attacks I don't have. Alright. Decent damage on that Thundershock. Last trainer before Rustiboro. You know, we'll go down and we'll just level up Mareep on stream. It shouldn't take too long. So we will do that in the forest against the Silcoons and Wurmples. That'll also let us keep getting up Pichu's happiness a bit. We could run right away here. So this is how we get Pichu's happiness up. It's just up and down. But I also would like Pichu to be at level 10 when we go to evolve it. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go get Mareep up first, because we have a time to do that. That'll get us our Flaffy. I really want those defense EVs. As many as possible. I know HP is important, but I need this Mareep to be able to take ground attacks like you would not believe. So we're gonna look for all those cocoon Pokemon. Oh, look at that, a bot. There we go, got that done. More Silcoons. I want this defense maxed out. I'm not that we're gonna max it out getting up to level 15, but I want it really high. You catch my drift. Because we have Pokerus, we're getting 4 EVs for every one of these Silcoons we're knocking down. we going. Remember, we're doing this on screen because we're going to get an evolution at 15. And I want you all to see that. Excellent. What's that? 2 F's in it. Whole 3 technically. F-L-A-A-F-F-Y. Flaffy. Gets a nice boost to stats. Looking pretty strong already. So what do we know about Flaffy? Flaffy is a pink bipedal ovine Pokemon. It has thick conical ears with black stripes on the sides of its head. And small blue eyes. A white mane of wool covers its head and upper body. This mane forms sideways curls on top of its head. It has stubby arms and 1 nail on each foot. Flaffy's long tail has black stripes, and its tip is tipped with a blue orb. Storing too much electricity caused Flaffy to lose the wool over most of its body, but the bare, rubbery skin protects it from the electricity stored in its fleece. The quality of Flaffy's fleece can change to generate more electricity with less wool. The orb will light up when Flaffy's mane is fully charged, and it can attack by firing electrified hairs at opponents. Flaffy typically inhabits grassy meadows and fields, though it can be found in fields where its wool is used to create high-quality clothing. As mentioned in Pokemon Sleep, on rare occasions, a sleeping Flaffy's tail can be seen lighting up after it becomes fully charged. In our Gen 3 Pokedex information for Flaffy, Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald all say Flaffy's wool quality changes so that it can generate a high amount of static electricity with a small amount of wool. The bare and slick parts of its hide are shielded against electricity. Fire Red says its fluffy fleece easily stores electricity. Its rubbery hide keeps it from being electrocuted. And Leaf Green says as a result of storing too much electricity, it develops patches where even downy wool won't grow. Alright. Which just leaves us with getting Pichu up to Pikachu. So we're going to go down here to get it up to level 10. And then we're going to walk a bunch. Remember, we want Poochyenas and Zigzagoons for Pichu. And there goes our berry. It's fine. We have plenty of other ones. And the reason we want this evolution at 11 is we'll learn Sweet Kiss with Pichu, and then we'll evolve the Pikachu and learn Quick Attack. Which will then use our attack stat, which we've been leveling up. Its happiness is currently at 133. So we need it to be at 220. You get 5 when you level up. You get like 1 every like 200 and some odd steps or something. Alright, remember, we're not going to actually level it up to 11. I'm just going to get it close. Good deal. Alright, we're getting close. And 19's good. Alright, so now we need to go walk a bunch. And the best place I showed you already to get all those steps is up in Rustboro. So we can do it really quickly there. Alright, here we go. Let's just work up that friendship. Skip ahead a few minutes if you don't want to watch this. Unless you're watching it live, then I'm sorry. The only way this would be faster is if I had the Mach Bike. We're at 158. We're probably higher than that. It just hasn't. The tractor hasn't caught up. It will soon, though. Alright, we're at 173. It just ticked up. Let me just make sure. At least 220. Yep. All right, we're at 188. $194. And my nose is now itching. $202 it just ticked up to. Gosh, kid. All right, it's at 219. $220. Excellent. All right, let's go see about getting that evolution. Not a stat we want. There we go. Oh, I probably should have saved beforehand. But it's evolving, so everything worked out fine. And there's our Pikachu. Gets a little boost to stats, like nothing huge or anything. So Pikachu is a short, chubby rodent Pokemon. It is covered in yellow fur with 2 horizontal brown stripes on its back. It has a small mouth, long pointed ears with black tips, and brown eyes. Each cheek is a red circle that contains a pouch for electricity storage. It has short forearms with 5 fingers on each paw, and its feet each have 3 toes. At the base of its lightning bolt shaped tail is a patch of brown fur. A female will have a V-shaped notch at the end of its tail, which looks like the top of a heart. It is classified as a quadruped, but it has been known to stand and walk on its hind legs. Therefore, Pikachu is a facultative biped. In the Pokemon the Series episode Pikachu's Goodbye, while Pikachu are shown to live in groups in forested areas, Pikachu communicate amongst themselves using squeaks and tail shakes as friendly gestures. In a plethora of Pikachu, it is shown that Alolan Pikachu are known to greet each other by sniffing one another and rubbing their tails together. Electricity can be used to receive and send messages with each other, as well as with other electric-type Pokemon. It raises its tail to check its surroundings and occasionally is struck by lightning in this position. When groups grow, they can inadvertently cause lightning storms. Pikachu forage for berries, which it roasts with electricity to make them tender enough to eat. A sure sign that Pikachu inhabits a location is patches of burnt grass. In Electric Tail Pikachu manga, it is depicted eating and sometimes destroying telephone poles, wires, and other electronic equipment. By occasion, it can get unintentionally swallowed by a Granorite. While startled, it looks for ways to escape from the latter. Pikachu charges itself while sleeping overnight, though stress and lack of sleep can affect this. It can release electric discharges of varying intensity. In Pokemon the Series episode Sparks Fly for Magnemite, Pikachu is shown to build up energy in its glands, which it will need to discharge to avoid complications. It is also able to release energy through its tail, which acts as a grounding rod, as well as recharge fellow Pikachu with electric shocks. Pikachu and its evolutionary relatives are related to Pachirisu. As shown in Pokemon Sleep, Pikachu is known to generate electricity through its cheeks while sleeping. Pikachu discharges while sleeping due to its dreaming of firing electric shots. In our Gen 3 Pokedex information for Pikachu, Ruby says whenever Pikachu comes across something new, it blasts it with a jolt of electricity. If you come across a blackened berry, it is evidence that this Pokemon mistook the intensity of its charge. Sapphire says this Pokemon has electricity storing pouches on its cheeks. These appear to become electrically charged during the night while Pikachu sleeps. It occasionally discharges electricity when it is dozy after waking up. Emerald says it stores electricity in its electric sacs on its cheeks. When it releases pent-up energy in a burst, the electric power is set to equal a lightning bolt. Fire Red says it has small electric sacs on both its cheeks. If threatened, it loses electric charges from the sacs. Leaf Green says when several of these Pokemon gather, their electricity can build to cause lightning storms. And that is our information on Pikachu. And where we will end this episode this morning, I will do my leveling off screen to get them up to level 15. And then we will be back with our second episode following that. So we do hope you all enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you all next time.